Weber is the oldest of 5 children in a tight-knit family from Detroit. Growing up, basketball wasn't always the sport of choice.
When I was little, he used to take all the kids to play football. We really never played basketball. Football was, I think he wanted me to be a football player.
I wanted him to be a football player because I just love the game myself. Actually, he played football for Detroit Country Day for a while. He was a wide receiver. He was making touchdowns like mad.
How'd you get into basketball?
They kept hitting me on my knees in football, and I was tall.
My wife, she didn't want me to play football because she thought he would get hurt. So, okay, I go along with the basketball when she wanted him to play.
The whole experience of high school, to me, it was just fun. It was just something where I don't even know if I can ever have that much fun again. Next year, I'll be a Michigan Wolverine. Michigan was fun. Michigan was great because, you know, we're just 18 and not knowing what's going on.
Chris Weber from the University of Michigan.
With every dream, you know, it comes some downfalls, and I don't think I was really prepared for the downfalls. It definitely broke my heart, and it really made me feel like all my dreams that, you know, I wanted to accomplish would never happen. I've always felt that if you're #1 pick, you have to come like Shaq and guys before him, and how great they've done before. Because of not being in Golden State my second year, I would never get recognition, or I would never be considered a good player.
Had you fully expected that you would end your career in Washington? Is that the way you had envisioned things?
Yeah, definitely. I thought that's where I was going to retire, and I thought, you know, Juwan and I would be there together, and at that time I just felt that, you know, what else can happen.
Now the Kings say hello to Chris Weber. Talent with a capital T. Trouble with a capital T. Weber may bring the basketball goods, but he also brings off-court baggage.
When did you find out that you had been traded to Sacramento? How did you find out?
I was just at the corner store, and the guy that owned the store, he said, "I heard you were traded," and I was like, "Man, you get out of here." So I went home and I saw it on TV, and that's really how I found out.
And what were your emotions?
At this time, it was the biggest. It was life or death to me, and I really just didn't know how to handle it. So I really just went into seclusion. I didn't talk to anyone.
He said, I just got traded to the Sacramento Kings. He said, I'm not going. I said, what?
And I remember asking, you know, my agent. I believe I was serious at the time. You know, can I go overseas? What else can I do?
I think he was at the worst part of his life, the worst point of his life. Never seen that low. He was really low.
I was disappointed in everything, you know. I can't totally say I was not to blame. You know, you go through trying to figure out how did you come to this point. But after all of that and being mad at myself and forgiving myself and forgiving others, it just came down to, what am I going to do now?
And I just got on him at the time and said, listen, man, you got to take your job. If you don't want to go, I'll go. Set me on the bench. This is a job because only 1 out of 1 million guys make it to the NBA. You got to go.
First of all, he would say, you're my son, I love you, and I'm on your side. And secondly, you need to face the responsibility, own up to it, be a man, and move on from there. With a guy like that, being that frank, but then, you know, being that caring and that honest, you know, it's pretty easy to make it through life when I know that's my support system.
What did your folks say when they found out that you were going to play in the All-Star game?
Well, my father, he thinks he's a prankster, and he called and said, I'm sorry, I heard you didn't make the team, and I didn't talk to him yet. I didn't know. And he was like, no, I'm joking, you made the team, and I'm proud of him.
From the Sacramento Kings, Chris Weber.
The time I really just got chill bumps and got excited when he walked out and they called his name. I was about to cry, you know. I said, look where this guy came from, you know. Just seemed like he was at the bottom of his life, and everything all of a sudden just, you know, he's back up on top again. He was given a second chance.
To hear my father say I'm proud of you, knowing how tough he is on me, and that really meant a lot to me. You know, that's my closest friend.
Well, Weber just had a monster season this year, 6th in the league in scoring, 5th in rebounding, and the Kings might be undermanned at some positions against the Lakers, but certainly not at power forward. And among the people who were watching that feature on Chris Webber, a look at the Kings in the visitors' locker room at the Staples Center as they get ready to take on the Lakers after this game. When we return, we'll have highlights from Madison Square Garden, a tight game today between the Raptors and the Knicks. First, a message from NetZero and a word from the NBA.